You're watching Treehouse.
There's a Christmas coming. Santa Claus is just coming to town. There was a night before Christmas. Down to my Christmas. It's the night before Christmas, the night before day, the start, and meanwhile, the start between Christmas. The start. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, it works. Yeah. That was it. It's like, so I get it. Like, yeah, like. Alright. Well, I won't go back too. Go!
The last time I went shopping for stereo, I was so busy checking out the specifications that I didn't have time to listen to the music. So today, I brought Stanley along. He's an audiophile. Right, Stanley? He checked out the specs while I concentrated on the music. And we both agreed on Sansui. Beautiful engineering, beautiful music. Sansui. There's even music in the name. Right, Stanley? Stanley?
Hey, get over those two.
I'll just break the ice with a flick of my bick.
When I want to call my chick, all I do is flick my bick.
She's flicking her bick. She's flicking her bick.
Flicking the bick, sir? Oh, flicking the bick, sir? Why just light up when you can flick your bick? It's smooth, easy on the thumb, and you get thousands of flicks from a single bick. The Bic Butane.
Stop flicking your bick.
My baloney has a first name, it's O-S-C-A-R. My baloney has a second name, it's M-A-Y-E-R. Oh, I love to eat it every day. And if you ask me why, I'll say, 'cause Oscar Mayer has a way with B-O-L-O-G-N-A.
Oscar Mayer, the first name in Bologna.
How's that?
pancakes without her syrup is like the spring without the fall. There's only one thing worse in this universe. That's no Aunt Jemima's at all.
Aunt Jemima's without Aunt Jemima syrup?
That's ridiculous.
Oh.
When they finish dinner and a treat's where it's at, Grimy Thomas toasters for dessert or a snack. They're ready from the toaster in 3 minutes flat. Decorate with ice and get it right from the pack. Put them right back on the track. Jack. Choo-choo! Choo-choo, Thomas. Woo-hoo, Thomas. Choo-choo! Choo-choo, Thomas. Now you know they will be back. New Pillsbury Thomas toasters. They toast delicious.
Ladies and gentlemen, the guy who is going to steal my job someday. There it is.
Sorry, man.
Look at the weather now on BBC Two with Michael Fish.
Hello there. The weather pattern's got itself well and truly stuck in a rut. It has been, well, for much of the month. A little bit of a hiccup, but it looks as if it's going to be back to square one before very long. Now, if you wanted to get away from the British weather, not that I suppose it's been that bad, but it's certainly not been as wet as Madagascar, 454 millimetres there in the last few days. And even Spain and Portugal's been very wet. Vigo there, 34 millimetres in just 12 hours. That was this particular weather front, as it was dangling down into Spain and Portugal, produced a fair number of showers across the British Isles, and as I said, it's a little bit of a hiccup. We've had those weather fronts moving across, another one or two in the next day or so before the high pressure reasserts itself in from the southwest and we get back to the fine, mostly settled weather. A lot of fine weather to come on Sunday across a good part of Europe, the Mediterranean faring best of all. Further north it's somewhat less settled with some outbreaks of rain, and that rain turned to snow in the northern part of Scandinavia as well as over the Alps. City forecasts for Sunday and Monday show most places fine and dry, but there will be a little bit of rain in Warsaw and Berlin before the dry weather comes back, and then a few showers in the more western parts of Europe, but those too tending to die away. So let's have a look at the weather map now and see what's going to change in the week ahead. We start off with these weather fronts across the British Isles and high pressure here in Eastern Europe, and high pressure, you notice, having pulled back into the Atlantic behind me. But what's going to happen is that eventually, well, not even eventually, in just a few days' time, the high pressure slips in back towards the British Isles. We get into the run of quite moist, mild southwesterly winds that'll bring some rain into that western part of Scotland yet again. But for the rest of the country, very mild and mostly dry. Now, there's a band of showers working its way across at the moment. As the showers continue to head eastwards, they'll tend to fizzle out, become more scattered, and by the end of the night, I think we're only going to find a few left around, chiefly western and southern coast and into western Scotland. As the showers move away and the skies tend to clear and the wind eases down a little bit, so those temperatures could well drop around about freezing, one or two icy patches and a touch of frost too. So we start off in the morning with a few showers around western and southern coast. Otherwise, for England and Wales, a dry day, a good deal of sunshine. Rather more in the way of showers in Northern Ireland, and more particularly in western Scotland, one or two fairly heavy ones there. The showers getting lighter and more scattered as the day wears on, but only because more general cloud and outbreaks of rain are going to come along during the late afternoon and evening. It's also going to end up quite windy. Lightish winds to begin with, but those winds picking up all the while in that northwestern part of the country. Eventually, I think you're going to find gales in the north and west of Scotland, and with the breeze making it feel rather chilly, although those temperatures are still, again, above average for the time of year. Now, on Monday, a weather front, weakening as it does so, heading on south across the country, bringing outbreaks of rain, followed by drier and brighter weather, the brightest weather later on in eastern areas, leaving some drizzly rain in that northwestern corner, and still some drizzly rain through into Tuesday in northwestern parts, early morning mist and fog, and then a fine, very mild day elsewhere. A very good night to you.
Just go back down very, 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 very quiet because it's kind of weird. Okay, wait. Ready? Set. Quiet. Or we can do it. Or we can do the game of the giving a Western like it's like an evidence. Or we can do like it's a big one, like.
A man of many faces.
Hello! This is Richard Attenborough here. This is Alec Guinness.
Yummy, yummy, yummy. Honey for my monster tummy.
I think I've got it now. The monster with the man's head. You're doing the Tempest, aren't you, guys?
Reflections on life and the universe. John Sessions' Likely Stories begins tomorrow at 8:20 on BBC Two.
I had no prior knowledge of the Watergate break-in.
For the first time, the president's men reveal the full extent of the White House crimes known as Watergate.
There was pressure from the White House, from me, and from the president to the committee to get their campaign intelligence activity going.
They were carrying out Richard Nixon's instructions day to day. I said, I don't care how you do it, the president wants the papers back. That's all I know.
To me, it was a throwaway project. You know, give Liddy the $250,000 and let's get him off our back.
And he said, can you get into the Watergate office building?
Previously missing documents, tapes from the Oval Office bugging system, a new 5-part series for BBC Two, Watergate, The Untold Story, starting tomorrow at 8:50.
You've seen the fact. Now see the fiction. This is what they said in 1977.
Gripping stuff.
The most compelling thriller of its kind ever.
Just as engrossing as I, Claudius.
Now that's the kind of news I like to hear. See what you think in 1994. Washington Behind Closed Doors starts next Saturday on BBC Two.
Well, with all this conspiracy and corruption, we were all busy watching that film, and someone's pinched their hands on our clock. Would you mind putting them back now, please? Thank you, that's better. Well, as you can see, it's time to shred the BBC Two scripts, hide the negatives, and sneak off into the night. Good night.